Well, we're starting a new segment today, which I'm very, very happy. It's for those of you, and the first question we're going to ask our new contributor is who starred in Friday the 13th, Part 5. And if she doesn't know that, I'm going to be really surprised. Because she should know that. It's time for the Gossip Cop.
It's time for the Gossip Cop. Jana Kaplan.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Hello, Jana. How are you?
Hi, Dominic. I'm doing great. How are you? It's TGIF, so how can you not be doing great?
Honestly? Oh, I know. I'm so happy. But there's no good movies opening this. See, I go to at least a movie every week, and there's nothing. There's nothing.
Honestly, I haven't seen a good movie since Gone Girl.
Really?
I really haven't. I mean, I haven't been to the movies in a while. I was debating seeing the new Mockingjay Part 1, but even then, nothing is really pulling me in right now. I know a lot of movies are getting Oscar buzz already, but nothing is released yet.
Yeah, I know. And they just, what did I just put? I put on the website, oh no, I didn't. The new Terminator Genesis is opening. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's something about an 80-year-old Terminator. Just, Arnold Schwarzenegger is just, he's got man boobs now. He's not a bodybuilder anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He's not. He's old news. Come on. You know who's getting more news than him? His son.
Yes.
Who's dating Miley Cyrus now?
Yes.
That is the headline. No more Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. And the son's I saw the son's got like a blonde beard. Everyone in that Schwarzenegger family, they're married to Kennedy. He married to Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Marine Shriver, whatever her name is, the skinny one. And Jana, when she wasn't around, he was doing the maid. You know that, right?
Of course. Yes. Old news by now.
I know. I just want to inform you because it's a big scandal going on doing that.
I know. He is not the big rock star everyone thinks he is.
Yeah. So for me, this is a weekend when nothing good over. I was a movie producer, and I still don't understand why companies say, don't look at the calendar, say, well, there's absolutely nothing good opening this weekend, so why don't we put something there? And then they all get shocked when the first Horrible Bosses won, did unbelievable amount of business, and they get shocked. That's because there's nothing else.
True.
Yeah. God.
So you didn't like Horrible Bosses 1?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was really enjoyable.
And I went to see 2.
Oh, I didn't yet. That's on my list.
Well, let me tell you, the first part of it is really good. And towards the end, it gets a little but I'm very charitable. If a movie's 90 minutes long and I'm enjoying it 45 minutes through, you can't always,
And there are times you can say the opposite. I know there are plenty of movies that halfway through, I'm like, this is pretty horrible. But then the second half is so good that it makes up for the first half. So, you compensate a little bit. If you're a good moviegoer, you compensate, you make up for it, and you enjoy movies when they deserve to be enjoyed.
Well, being all the inside scoop of what's happening in the media, in actors, in Hollywood, and all that, I pose a question to you, Jana Kaplan.
Yes, sir.
You should know one of the biggest stars in the industry starred in Friday the 13th, Part 5. Who is that person? See if you know who it is.
Well, I really was into the first couple of Friday the 13th, as I usually am with any kind of long trilogy. I know Melanie Kinnaman was in that.
Well, let me also say that one of the actors in there gave an Oscar-winning performance. You remember seeing the movie? Well, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You should know who this brilliant actor is.
I'm gonna say it was Dominic Brassia.
Oh yes, see, there's her qualifications. This is it, people. This is it. This woman knows movies. You can hear that? Hear that goat? It's our pet goat. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to brag or anything. I just want to, you're dealing with
you deserve
royalty.
Bragging rights.
Yes, there's a royalty here. So what's going on? What's going on in the gossip? You gossip cop.
All right. The first thing I want to talk about is what is really big right now, Peter Pan Live, which aired yesterday on NBC.
Yeah.
So obviously this was the talk of the town because last year when they aired The Sound of Music, it got huge ratings for NBC. Humongous. Because, of course, it starred Carrie Underwood.
And it was horrible. That Carrie Underwood can't act.
It was horrible. Oh, my God.
Yeah, okay.
Without a doubt. So last year with The Sound of Music, They got 10.9 out of 18, which really isn't that good. It's a little more than half. Nothing tremendous. But unfortunately, yesterday's ratings came in and it was 5.9 out of 9. Not much better. It was down 46%. And I think this is because they didn't have as big of a name as the lead role. Carrie Underwood is huge. She's a tremendous singer, and she did flop in the acting. But overall, Sound of Music Live, she sang awesome. Allison Williams, people know her from Girls, and people know her as Brian Williams' daughter.
Yes,
but she doesn't have that big household name. Now, Christopher Walken, he's obviously a very well-known actor, but it didn't do it for the audience. Not as many people tuned in.
He's in film. You know what? He's so quirky that when you're watching a film, he's very interesting. With him running around, it wasn't there. I actually changed channels after 20 minutes. I got a little bored. Okay, I only tuned in to see Brian Wilson's daughter, who, first of all, she's hot, and I have this problem here. So one of the reviewers, and I think it's from the Post, I don't know, gave it a bad review and said that watching Peter and Wendy was like watching a tranny. he called Peter Pan a tranny.
It's funny because I'm a huge Peter Pan fan. I started off in acting, and one of my first leading roles in the musical theater world was as Peter Pan. So this has made a huge impact on my life. The Cathy Rigby version, I saw her on Broadway. I had the VHS. To me, she was Peter Pan.
Yes.
So to see someone else kind of take that role, and to be honest, Allison Williams was just a little too feminine for me.
Yes.
A little too feminine. Cathy Rigby, love her.
Yeah.
But because she had that gymnast body, she rocked around that stage, and you could believe that she was a boy.
I kept looking at her, and I'm thinking, okay, she's supposed to be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I've met guys. I grew up in Hollywood. I've met the pretty boys. Maybe she's but her breasts weren't tied down enough. I kept looking at her. I think those are her breasts,
And she doesn't even have that many, that big of breasts. So for you to say that means something.
Yeah, I was. You think they could have, tied? I think of what poor Judy Garland went through in The Wizard of Oz in her biography. Oh, they tied me down, and this chick, she's beautiful though, and
Yes.
but it was, so all in all, I turned it off after.
Once again, I do believe that the singing was good.
Yeah, it was.
There are
You're right.
couple of good actors in there, like Christopher Walken, and also the one that plays Smee, and also Mr. Darling, Christian Borle. He is a Broadway actor. He's very good as well. But overall, it just didn't do it for me. And because I am such a Peter Pan fan, I was extremely disappointed. So that was thumbs down.
What about the wires? The big black cables?
Please, for the love of God, why couldn't you have hit the wires? When they were flying outside in the second scene, I thought, oh, this is great. They're in the dark. That's good.
Right,
okay, it's a black scene. But the first time you see her fly, you see the wires. Give me a break.
For the people who didn't see it, I got to tell you, you're watching and you see Peter Pan walking around. Then they cut away to something else. Then they cut back to Peter Pan, and he's got this. I always thought they used fishing twine because it was clearer. Well, they decided on NBC to use black cable.
I don't understand it because, trust me, I have seen people fly on Broadway. You don't see the wires. You see singers in concerts. They fly across the stage. You don't see the wires. And even if you do, it's because, of course, there is something holding them up.
Right.
But it's discreet. There's a color there that is very opaque or clear. And this was blatantly black. And that pissed me off.
I found it interesting because, I look at politics and stuff. Well, the casting of it, they went out of their way to a tiger lily had to be an American Indian because the tiger lily is an Indian. And I was thinking, okay, well, I don't care. God bless an American Indian getting a job. God bless him. But the Lost Boys, why didn't they hire actual English people? I mean, because it gets that absurd. You got to have a real American Indian for tiger lily. What?
Yeah, it didn't all add up to me. I mean, honestly, I didn't even complete the entire
I don't think anybody
thing.
did.
And also, a lot of people are kind of giving it backlash for it being 3 hours. Of course, it is, with commercial breaks. But last year, The Sound of Music was 2 hours, and I do think that this kind of stretched it a little bit. NBC could have done a little better.
They could have run Friday the 13th Part 5. Would have got better ratings than that.
Right?
Yeah.
And see, you know what? I want I have pride in this because both The Sound of Music and Peter Pan were filmed in my town. They film over at the Grumman Studios in Bethpage, New York. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to say that even, the Spider-Man franchises have all been filmed here. But this quality was very upsetting to me because I really am a good appreciator of live theater and I love what they're doing trying to bring this to TV. But come on, I've seen better live productions in a Broadway show focusing on one stage, one set.
Yeah, I agree with you. What else is happening?
Okay, I think we should talk about Bill Cosby.
Yes.
Now, I know it's kind of old news by now, but he has finally opened his mouth. So that's something that people have been saying, come on, just say something, either admit it, say you haven't done it, say something. And after 11 different women have come out and given him allegations, his attorney, Marty Singer, has finally filed a motion yesterday on Thursday saying that they're dismissing Judy Hoot's lawsuit regarding the alleged incident at the Playboy Mansion in 1974. So I can't keep all these women straight because,
right.
Most of them are the same thing. I was 15, I was drugged, I gave him oral sex,
right.
He raped me, blah, blah, blah. But this one, Singer is just saying it's all extortion. All the claims are absolutely false. They're untimely. And basically, she's trying to get anything she wants. So $250,000.
Yeah, that's what they asked before. They went to Cosby and said, if you give us $250,000,
yeah.
we won't.
She originally demanded $100,000 and then she changed it to $250,000, which is why they're saying that this is extortion, which I can totally see.
I always, what is weird is I always wonder because I've seen, first of all, I've been around actors and they're on TV, they're lovable, but a lot of the guys, you go to the Playboy Mansion, you're at the Playboy Mansion, you're sleeping with Hugh Hefner, then you go to Scott Baio, then you go to Bill Cosby, then you go sleep with, and then because I know me, because I used to be a little promiscuous, I feel guilty. I feel like, oh, what did I do? No one respects me. Yeah, no one respects you because you're sleeping with everybody. You know what I'm saying, Sally?
That could not be more spot on.
Well, yeah. So now I'm thinking to myself, if I'm a chick, right, and I see 3 women said they were raped, 4 men, and it's changed. First he drugged them. Now I love this one. Ladies, ready? 2 minutes before you're on the Johnny Carson show, ma'am. 2 minutes. Oh, who's knocking at my door? Who's that? It's Bill Cosby. Hi, Bill. Listen, I need you to give me oral sex. I mean, one of the stories, backstage at the Tonight Show. Have you ever been backstage at the Tonight Show?
No, I haven't, but I don't think that in the 5 minutes before something would happen that no one would see Bill Cosby try and rape me.
And if you're being raped backstage at the Tonight Show, you think if you said, even this, help, somebody would hear you?
You can whisper it backstage and someone will be there.
Yeah. Jenna, we're out of time. This went so fast.
It did. So much was going on in Hollywood, but the good news is I will have more for you next week.
Yes, and we look forward to that. This was our initial run, and we're so happy. Jenna gives us all the latest news. Jana Kaplan, the Gossip Cop. Thank you so much, honey.
Thanks, Dominic. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Did I say honey? I didn't mean, maybe that's sexist. I didn't mean it. I apologize. Sally, I apologize. I didn't know what I'm doing here. Well, I don't mean to be sexist. I apologize. I didn't mean to call her honey. But she is, not for nothing, she's hot. Okay? Just so you know, we don't have ugly people on this show. I'm sorry. We don't. We'll continue. Dominick on the Air.